pussycat, whoa, whoa, whoa. Watch me, pussycat, whoa, 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 whoa. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you, yes, I do. You and your pussycat knows.
Hey y'all, Chunky here.
Cat here.
It is still May the 2nd. It is later in the evening now. You'll see this after the video I posted for today.
7 p.m. Texarkana, Arkansas. Turn it this way. Could have the sun in our face. There you go.
Don't mind my beard. I know I've said that a couple times. This time's a little different. It's humid here, so my beard's going.
Yeah, we can come back here.
Something like that. The sun's bright. But it is warm in the rig.
Yes.
It is very warm in the rig. It's warm and sticky.
But I turned on my, oh my God, the humidity, the fuzz. I've got the fuzz going on.
And don't mind this, I'm not wearing my hat. Y'all usually don't see that.
But I turned the fan on. I took a nap for a little bit. My head was starting to go south. Cats and I napped. But we're sitting in our spots here at the Texarkana
Welcome Center.
Welcome Center. Actually, it's the Arkansas Welcome Center in Texarkana, just over the state line into Arkansas.
I think we're 18 or 19 miles in, something like that.
Internet sucks here, let me tell you. Don't know if they just don't provide it, or, you know, can't even get a good signal on the phone. So it'll be a light streaming night.
This is a good learning experience for us. Most of y'all that have watched the channel for a while now know that we took our big trip from Ohio to Arizona September of 2019. And yes, we've taken several Ohio trips since then, but we've not done it with the rig and everything entail. Well,
we're experts on just riding in the truck and going with the cats. So they're re-experiencing all the psh, psh of the semi-trucks and stuff when they pull up beside.
Because it's been almost a year since we've taken a trip. Like, actually in just a couple weeks it'll be a year. But this is, like I said, this is a very good learning experience for us. We're learning, you know, water conservation for flushing the toilet. I didn't put any water in the freshwater tank on the rig, where we just got a 7-gallon jug in the bathroom, and I have a couple more in the truck if we need them. It's less weight on the rig. We haven't used a whole lot of that. This is day 3. Of course, we haven't been using our bathroom 100% of the time. We've used a couple truck stops and things like that when we've stopped. But the keeping the phones charged and everything else at night is another hurdle we're going to be getting over, because all of our batteries for our little Ryobi inverters and fans we're down to 1 3-amp hour and 3 1-amp hour batteries because of
it's because I'm transferring it off the GoPro, all my road video. So, but that wouldn't be an every time thing. I just wanted the whole trip for the most part. I may or may not download tomorrow's, but
yeah, like I said, the water conservation, the inverter electric use to charge the phones and stuff. Luckily, the truck does charge the house batteries, and we haven't lost our freezer, all our freezer stuff. We were happy to find out that the truck still charged the house batteries, because the inverter in the house, when you plug into an RV park, it changes 120 AC to 12 volt DC. It quit working about a year ago, and that's why I've been using an external battery charger to charge the batteries when we're plugged in. Because the inverter inside doesn't work, and that's $600 and some to replace, and it was cheaper for me to buy a $30 battery charger that we just plug into the rig and it keeps the batteries up. That's why we were happy to find out that the truck still charges the batteries, because we've been able to keep the fridge up when we stop at night.
So it's just that side in the inverter when you're plugged in.
Like I said, I have 2 more 7-gallon jugs of water in the truck. We have 3/4 of a 7-gallon in the rig that we're using that gets set down on the floor. And then we have our 35-gallon that I have full of water if we should ever happen to need it while traveling as well. I carry 2 spares. This is our new spare. This is the old spare. If you remember, when we changed the tires on the rig, I kept one so that it can get us somewhere in an emergency. And yeah, I carry my tools. We have the generator.
You still have to purchase a spare tire for this.
Yeah, I don't have a spare tire for this yet. These little guys. And unfortunately, I don't have a spare tire for this truck, my truck.
I thought it had one in, oh, it does for the original.
So before I got this truck, somebody put aftermarket American racing wheels on it. They're 20-inch, low profile. They didn't get a spare wheel. The original factory spare is still underneath, but it's a 17, so it would get me down the road, but I'd dog track. But we'll just see what we can get in tomorrow and see how far we can get down the road. Technically, there's only roughly 13 hours of drive time. That doesn't include stops and overnights. In between, but there's technically only 13 hours of drive time left to get to our state park that we're supposed to check in on the 10th.
But we're a bit early for that. But we'll bounce around and figure it out. And it's all good.
Yep. The sun is going down. The sun is supposed to set at 7:59 p.m. There's the main rest area where the restrooms and stuff are. There are little shelter picnic areas as well here at the Texarkana, Arkansas Welcome Center. There are lots of big rig parking spots for anybody that may ever stop here. Here is the decal I made. It's supposed to be funny. If anybody was ever curious about what this yellowing was on the back of the rig, that's actually clear Flex Seal from 2 years ago. This was our first camp spot. And they said the clear Flex Seal would never yellow. Well, it yellowed. So, if y'all remember, this is the back of the rig. This used to slide out until we had to pull it out due to all the rot. But yeah, that's all clear Flex Seal that's yellowed since we've been out in the desert. You know, like the level in Super Mario 3 where the sun's trying to kill you. That's how the desert is. Here's another decal I made. So somebody hit her back January-ish, and they left. We were in a parking lot. We run into a store for just a couple minutes, and they left and didn't tell her. So we make the best of a bad situation. I put the road runner on our little skid mark. Then of course I did Simon's cat. They feed me right on the gas door.
And he made me one for my truck too.
Oh, yeah. Afternoon, guys. How y'all doing? I didn't get a clip this morning before we pulled out, but
It's 5 p.m.
we are in Metropolis, Illinois.
Monday evening.
Yep. It is bright and sunshiny for now. We are expecting some storms tonight, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Did you say the tempos?
It was okay driving today. We did have a little mishap. I'll show you guys that in a minute.
It says a 78. It's really nice.
Ohio River's right there.
Oh, that's the oldest train bridge in Illinois.
Built in the early 1900s. They have to go across it slow, apparently, or they'll rattle it apart, is what we were told. But that's actually really cool. That's the Ohio River.
There's the Harrah's Casino and the Harrah's Hotel.
Yep. There's the trucks and the rig. The guys are inside, of course. I got 3 of our stabilizers down because they're calling for gusty winds this evening. Why it's not all 4 is we had a little casualty earlier. And I need to put a new one of those on now. It either happened when she hit a recap tire in
Not by choice.
in the middle of the road, or when she curbed it at a gas station.
Because they see you coming. You have this big ass vehicle, pardon my language, big ass vehicle, and nobody will give you any room.
But yeah, that's
Right up your rear end, so you can't back up if you have to.
so I'll be getting that taken care of when we get to Ohio finally.
Sit on your tire.
We are gonna rest up tonight and see how the next couple days go. We may or may not stay here a day or two. There's a chance we could meet Nomadic Hippie. We actually just had a nice conversation with
Mansion
Mom, and she brought us some baked goods, which was awesome.
from Riverside Mansion.
But
Yeah, Rick, Nomadic Hippie, said, yeah, you guys are going to be stocked here shortly, and sure enough, Mansion Mom pulls up and she got home-baked goodies. So those chocolate chip cookies smell amazing, and I forget what the other thing she said it was called, some wample something or other with caramel on it. So
it is starting to cloud up. The train is still running. Like I said, they're calling for strong storms with gusty winds, so hopefully that kind of skips over us. Do we have any kitty cats? There's a kitty cat. Hi, Tar. Yes, this is our spot. It might be just for tonight. It could be for a day or two.
here's the business card that she put in.
Unfortunately, I didn't get any clips before we left this morning. We just wanted to get on the road while it was clear and sunny and dry, because when it's wet, I don't have tread on my tires because these are low-profile racing tires. And I slide. Didn't I slide?
Yeah, he slid.
And my brakes are a little soft, so we have to be real careful when the weather's in. Update on my windshield this afternoon. I showed you guys in yesterday's video. Like I said, it's going the direction that I didn't want it to. But it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Here we are inside. Somebody's up on the counter and shouldn't be, but I just made us some ham sandwiches for dinner and cheese sticks. But yes, when our slide is closed, we can still access the bathroom. She's hiding in her room. It is currently 8:03 p.m. The sun has officially set. All the parking lot lights have come on, and the cool casino lights from over in the distance. I don't know why it's not focusing too well. Then their cool little chaser sign up front there. But the lot does have cameras in it. It's plenty bright, so we do feel nice and safe here. Say hi. Right on the river. So quiet here. We hope you guys have enjoyed what bit of content we have come up with for y'all the last couple days. I know it's not been exciting, but
For us it is.
I can't do a whole lot of recording while driving. I have to focus on my
No,
drive.
you're not supposed to. I mean, even having it in the dash and pressing the button, there's still a fine line of crossing it and not paying attention to the road. So for the most part, we don't. Like when I've done my little clips pulling out of the gas station, I'll say blah blah blah, and then I'll hit the button and be on my way. I won't do any tripping down the road playing with the phones or the cameras. Or
this has been a lot of us sharing our experiences with you, and this, as we were just talking about, this is exciting for us. This is really the second time we've pulled the rig across the country. We've taken several trips to and from Ohio, but we've always just done it with the truck, so it's always been just a little easier. This has definitely been a real good learning experience for us.
the fur kids, the weather boys, really appreciated this trip because at the end of the drive, at the end of the day, they're able to come out and get their leads off, and I've been sneaking Sonny's harness off. The other two are keeping their harness because they'll really dart. We put the harnesses on and they act like they're wearing big lead heavy jackets, but they get to stretch out and they get to lay and sleep with us in their normal spots, and so that's cutting the stress down. I mean, they've done really well when we've just driven with the truck, but we've not had to park next to semis and stuff. So when we've stopped at rest areas before, we're just pulling in right beside another car, and Chunky and I are in the truck with them. But this, they get to spread out a little bit more, and they're home every evening, basically, you know, because we get to take them out. So we're enjoying this. We're taking our time, and
this is day number 4 of our journey. There have been some stressful points, and that's mostly on me because of the issues with my truck. What's funny is we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of me getting this truck and getting rid of the SUV I had. But for its 1 year anniversary, what's it going to be doing?
It's going to go to its doctor.
It's either getting a transmission rebuild or a transmission replacement or something, because it doesn't have a whole lot of go or whoa. The brakes suck too. It's not losing fluid or anything. It's just
They're really soft. I don't like driving it.
There's a lot of air in there somewhere, I think, but that's a little out of my wheelhouse. I can work on the rig, I can work on residential stuff, a whole lot of mechanical, unless it's dire emergency. It's not me. No, we've done real good so far.
We haven't done any eating out.
No, none at all. We did stop and get a couple 5-hour energies over the last couple days, but.
And for the most part, I've gone into two or three. All the other rest stops, I've got my own, restroom. So not interacting with the community as a whole, any public, everywhere we go, we're still basically keeping to ourselves. And if we have to be out by anybody, we're wearing our masks, so we're being safe.
But like I said, we're just sharing our experiences, something we've learned and we don't hear a lot of people talk about in their other videos. Is sometimes it's difficult to find places to sleep at night if you're pulling the big rig. Most rest areas in the state of Arkansas were closed. That's why we're glad we stopped when we did yesterday, and we called it an early day because we found one that was open. Mm-hmm. The other one or two that we did see were packed full still that early in the morning when we left. So,
and even the one that we had pulled in, it stayed busy all night long last night because it was the Welcome Center. It was the first one crossing over into Arkansas, but it was supposed to, the potential for bad weather and whatnot last night, but getting skeetoed.
Something. I was got blasted in the side of the head.
But we didn't do this, just hop on the road and go. I've planned each leg, even down to the gas stations, counting out blocks of time.
I don't recommend Garmin GPS.
Well, I've got an older one. It's not really been updated that he's trying to use in there.
This one you got last summer.
Yeah, but we've never done the updates. I tried to do an update, put a memory card in it, and it flubbed really bad. And we thought it was froze and gone, and he took out the memory card and it started working again. I've been relying on the maps on my...
I'm running both and they always compete with each other. But no, it never can find exact addresses, so I have to put general areas just so I can stay on the highway, because if we happen to get separated.
But I've basically put in where I want to go, and gas stops or rest stops and the in-betweens, as well as if, like that first day, I couldn't really plan because the headwinds and the gusts from the sides as well, my gas mileage was in the crapper, and even counting it out for as many miles as I could till the next gas station was totally blown out of the water because it just drank the gas.
Speaking of gas, the gas mileage has been okay. She can do 350 sometimes with her, which is still better than Clifford the First. Mm-hmm. I can average 4 to maybe 450.
And this truck is amazing because I can get double the gas mileage with that when
the trailer's not on. It's got a 36-gallon extended range fuel tank on it, so that's really helped us. And that's just how we got it when she bought it. We really appreciate you guys sticking along, and we hope you guys have enjoyed our little talks and things, because we really haven't shown much.
And we're excited because it's a little bit different than just, hey, we got to fix something on the RV. So
I know I'm boring. Couldn't tell the people.
I didn't say boring. We try and be as real as possible and show you.
I'm boring. That's real.
No, we try and be real with the pros and cons of tiny living and maintaining an RV. It is what it is. We just try and be real with that, and it's not hitting the restaurants and the buffets every night and glamorous parking spots or glamorous glamping.
I haven't had real food in 4 days.
We're not glampers.
We've had the same lunch meat sandwiches for the last 4 days, and that's just part of this, and that's just trying to save money and trying to be responsible. It's easy to keep. Luckily, our freezer's held out anyway. I'm not cooking chicken or anything while we're no, that's not happening. But we can keep I shut the fridge off, turn the propane off when we get to going in the daytime, and I turn it back on when we stop at night. Luckily, the truck charges those batteries, and we haven't lost the freezer, and I'm grateful for that. But Yeah, we've had ham sandwiches the last 4 nights.
But
I need real food.
well, we'll have real food, but even still, sitting down to have the sandwiches, I have a hard time even finishing the sandwich.
I know,
because-
I ate those 2 tonight. I'm telling you, I feel stuffed. Plus I had those 2 cookies. Maybe that's it.
But just, you know, the nerves of traveling and, you know, the stresses that go along with it. But
We've yapped long enough at y'all. I'm going to finish this up. Unless anything else exciting happens tonight, I'm just going to call this a day.
and my clips will be put together once we get to camp. I'm just dropping all mine on my computer.
So if you see part 2s, that's what that is. It's her point of view. This is just what I grabbed to get out.
Yeah, his will all be posted before
This will get
mine.
out to you a little quicker, and that's nothing against her. This is just me getting stuff out to you guys to see if you guys know what's going on.
Because we're still intending on surprising Dustin. The other kids know we're coming. Dustin supposedly doesn't. We're going to be in the park, and he's going to pull in, and we're going to go surprise. So
I do plan on getting a bunch of drone shots and things of where we're staying and all that happy stuff so that you guys can kind of experience it with us. There's definitely more exciting things coming than us just standing here talking to you.
this would be a cool spot to pull out the drone.
So just hold tight. I promise it'll get better. But we love each and every one of you. We hope you all are having a great evening, great day, great morning, whatever time you're watching this. We're thinking about you. And we're
pooped, can you tell?
we'll see you soon. And
Thanks for hanging with us.
have a great night, guys.
Thanks, guys.